Hello and welcome to Pilot Sessions, Episode 3. We're going back to October 2nd, 2001. It's 9:30 p.m. Pacific Eastern, and we're about to watch Scrubs, an NBC comedy that was making its premiere in a time where most of the network comedies were multiple cameras taped in front of a live audience. Scrubs, no audience, single camera. Actually, they used a abandoned hospital in, I believe it was North Hollywood. But for the pilot, they actually taped in Glendale. And then they had to do some pickups and some reshoots, and they were shooting those at the North Hollywood former hospital that they converted into not only the studio for that, but also they had other production offices and some dressing rooms, and made it a full-blown production facility. Bill Lawrence was the show's creator. We know Bill Lawrence today from Ted Lasso. He would go on to do Cougar Town after Scrubs. Cougar Town would end up being the vehicle for Courtney Cox after Friends. And then he would go on to do another Apple series, which has currently been one of my favorite series the past 3-4 years, Shrinking, which has been directed 3 times by the star of the show we're about to watch, Scrubs, Zach Braff. Zach Braff plays Dr. J.D. Dorian. He's kind of a little idealistic, and he's learning, he's 25. He's probably a little over his head when the pilot starts, because it's about his first 36-hour shift as a doctor. Also in the show is Donald Faison, who plays Dr. Christopher Turk. Faison I knew from Clueless, which is a classic in itself, which I'm going to be doing on a teen high night at a Friday night coming to you soon. Also in there was Sarah Chalky. I don't know if it's Chalky, but she plays Dr. Elliot Reed. She has a current Netflix series. Plus, you would probably remember she replaced the original casted Becky for the later years of Roseanne in the 80s. Also, John C. McGinley is in it. He plays Dr. Perry Cox. He's just a good actor, along with Ken Jenkins, who plays Dr. Bob Kelso. And then Neil Flynn plays the janitor. Neil Flynn, for many, would be known today as the father on the long-running ABC sitcom, The Middle. It's interesting, Zach Braff grew up in New Jersey, originally did some volunteer work helping with paramedics, thought he maybe wanted to become a paramedic or a doctor, and then he stumbled upon acting. And actually at age 14, he did a medical drama, Seen Elsewhere. And on that show, which was produced by Bruce Paltrow, the late Bruce Paltrow, his daughter, you might have heard of her, Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow was also acting in that same episode, and they had a scene together of Seen Elsewhere when Zach was just 14 years old. So, interesting time for Scrubs. They got a pretty good night. Tuesday's competitive, and I know for some of the years they had to go up against 24. On the night of the pilot, at least, in 2001, they didn't have to worry about 24. And they also had a great lead-in Frasier, which was on NBC at 9 o'clock. And they were going up against another comedy, Spin City, with Michael J. Fox. And once he was diagnosed, Charlie Sheen came in the later seasons. You also, they were going against The Guardian, which was Simon Baker's show before The Mentalist. And the other show that they were going against was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's been a while since I've seen an episode of Scrubs. Maybe I saw one like 5, 8, 10 years ago. I know Comedy Central was airing it for a while. It was in syndication. It's currently on Hulu. Let's start the pilot for Scrubs. October 2nd, 2001, titled My First Day.
Since I was a kid, I've been able to sleep through anything. Storms, sirens, you name it. Last night I didn't sleep.
Who doesn't turn off their alarm clock with their foot?
I guess I get a little goofy when I'm nervous. You see, today isn't just any other day. It's my first day. I'm the man.
You know, I don't think I remember any storylines. I think his character and Elliot had some kind of love deal, and Faison's character with one of the nurses, but other than that,
I don't know
I
jack.
just remember it being funny, but kind of forgettable.
I can't do this all online.
I remember the open. This is a great open. Like a Superman.
I'm no Superman.
Pretty solid open for being like 20 seconds.
This is my story. Look, I became a doctor because I wanted to help people. But orientation yesterday, it didn't really focus on patient care.
The hospital doesn't want to be sued.
Hey, Turk.
What's that?
You know how I'm totally down with the rap music?
Be whiter.
Chris Turk's my best friend. We roomed together in college.
That's right.
We roomed together in med school. Here's the thing. Tupac, DMX, Dr. Dre. In most of their songs, if we're both singing along and knowing that otherwise I would never use the word, am I allowed to say?
No.
See, that's good for me to know.
Oh, no alcohol if you have a surgery.
Of course, if the patient is deceased, feel free
This guy did a lot of
to
Bill
tell
Lawrence
him or her.
series. He always would pop up in Cougar Town. He was like the kooky neighbor.
I'm Dr. Bob Kelso, and I'm your chief of medicine because I promise you we're a family here. Go get 'em, doctors.
The medical interns are having a Pac-Man tournament. Apparently we're all 12.
Nice.
I love Pac-Man.
Who played Pac-Man?
Me too, I love watching it.
Who's
I
old
love
enough to play
playing
Pac-Man?
it. I love all of it.
I'm Elliot.
Elliot.
Yeah, don't do that.
Elliot, you medical or surgical?
Hello.
She also played like 10 episodes on How I Met Your Mother. She's a possible love interest that didn't pan out.
Anyway, I know what you're thinking.
Your butt looks like two Pringles hugging.
Oh, so I do remember reading an article back in the day because they realized she was too unlikable and she was too much of an opportunist. So they really softened and really made her pretty much a different person. And they reshot a couple scenes, but it still plays with her not being anything like she would go on to be in this series, in this pilot. Nice.
So you do a lot of cardio, or?
1, I am your resident, Dr. Jeffrey Stedman. Not Jeff. 2, here are your manuals. This is a
You ever notice how quickly some people make an impression?
I'm a tool. I'm a tool. I'm a tool, an unbelievably annoying
He's a tool.
These are your beepers. From now on, they control your entire life.
Today.
These kind of cut-ins that they did,
Oh, first day, Bambi.
they're a lot more familiar today. Family Guy and a lot of people do them, but Scrubs had
Hi,
to be
Doctor.
one of
I'm
the
Poison
leaders.
Ivy for me.
There he
Can I
is,
ask you a personal question?
John C. McGinley.
Perfume on, or you just fill your bathtub up with it at home and splash around in it?
I smell nice.
But this guy's alive. Just poke it through his skin.
Good luck, JD.
Time's up. Carla, would you do it for him, please? Get up and watch.
Be nice to Bambi.
Bambi.
It's a little insensitive.
He has full dementia. He doesn't even know we're here. He is inches from Carla's rack, and he hasn't even flinched.
Oh, that is so sweet.
I was 19 when I went to start working at ESPN. And one of the producers would call me the kid.
And from now on, whenever I'm in the room, you're definitely not allowed to talk.
A little deflating after working Sports Center and the guys go out for a beer and you can't go because you're too young.
Unfortunately, I'm still afraid to touch anybody. I've been thinking a lot about Elliot. A whole lot.
Elliot with the glasses on.
You're off the hook if you can tell me what to look for in a uremic patient.
I'm going for it.
Infection?
That's my girl.
Thumbs up.
I knew the answer.
I'm sure you did.
But thanks. If there's anything I can ever do for you, just
You could let me take you to dinner tomorrow night. Great.
why not?
She looks good with those glasses and the hair in the bun.
Why did you marry Mommy?
Well, Tiger, I gave her an answer during rounds and she screwed my brains out.
You're the man.
I was about to guess what sitcom it was.
What the hell are you doing? It's regular strength Tylenol. Here's what you do. Get her to open her mouth, take a handful, and throw it at her. Whatever sticks, that's the correct dosage.
Dr. Kelso, he's always telling me, you gotta stay positive.
Dr. Kelso is the most evil human being on the planet,
It's just that this isn't really what I expected.
What?
It's just, do we think we should be talking about this in front?
Her? She's dead. If you push around a stiff, nobody will ask you to do anything.
So he's been called Bambi by Nurse Carla, and he's been called Pumpkin and Newbie.
So quick it'll make your head spin.
And there it is.
Have a terrific day.
This morning, I had my hands inside of a guy's chest. I should not be allowed to do stuff like that. What's up?
And you weren't scared?
One way or another, everyone stops bleeding.
Yeah, we never got to talk about the apartment. I wanted to...
What up, boy? How you doing? All right.
Dude, I recognize that dude.
Let's go. And like that, I was back in high school. You see, surgical interns, they're all slice them and dice them. They're the jocks. We're the chess club.
Oh, we got you, JD. Sucker.
Have bad gas? What are you testing me for?
We need to know if your gas could be harmful to others. But if you don't let me check you out, I'm gonna worry about you all day.
Then I'll do it for you.
You're a good man.
What a sweetheart. There he is! Neil Flynn, the janitor.
Door is broke. It'll be fifth time or so it don't open.
Maybe there's a penny stuck in there.
If I find a penny in there,
Yeah.
I'm taking you down.
Welcome to Rounds, kids. Let's
Elliot is the only thing keeping me from losing my mind. She's my dream girl.
Mr. Dorian.
Sir, I have no idea.
Oh.
Can you help him out?
I'd say it's superior mesenteric insufficiency.
That's my girl.
Run him over!
Draining Miss Pratt's stomach fluid will get my spirits back up.
Shut up and do it.
Now just suck out the fluid with the giant needle.
Learn by doing. Learn by doing. Okay, maybe the needle was just a little too big.
Oh, you think?
What's going on down there?
Nothing, ma'am.
Just keep listening to your rap, man.
Movies nowadays have too many special effects.
Ah, hate those special effects.
Guys, what am I, crazy?
Oh, they're hiding in the closet.
Don't worry about the patient. Turk was already there, learning by doing.
Sarge, clear!
Plus, it turns out the guy was just sleeping. A test
Oh.
faulty monitor.
Little trivia. You ever seen the Wide World of Sports Open where that Slovakian skier goes into a tumble?
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Well,
Pass me a tray, kid.
that's the guy that just got shocked.
Thanks.
I don't know how they came about and got him, but
Our date is totally canceled.
that was a trivia question.
Come on, I got like 10 minutes to sleep.
Tell me if I'm going
Wow,
too fast,
already
okay?
got it going.
Lose the clothes.
I heard that Turk was gonna move in with Todd. I'm surprised that high-fiving freak isn't in there with him.
Damn, this is hot.
Nice.
Your turn.
No, I gotta get back, but very nice. Oh, hey, Bambi.
Big boy.
Turk practically had sex in the on-call room.
It turns out that sex is life affirming. You got a urine sample in there for me?
But I just did 5 minutes ago.
I know you did. I'd like you to take this cup, put it on the ground, close your eyes, and just go nuts. What do you say?
You're worried about being on call tonight, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun.
Hate it. I hate the darlings. I hate the sweethearts.
You don't need to tell me how hard it is being a woman around here.
Well, you're certainly furthering the cause by wearing a thong to work and hooking up in the on-call room.
Whoa!
You talk like that. Do you even know my name? I
Check
spent
it at
every
the
second
door,
of my
sister.
life either. I'm sure you never had a quickie at the club, right? Or snuck some skinny, flat-butted college boy up to your sorority room.
Nice! Talking to the hand.
Carla, by the way.
By the way, the actress who plays Carla, she was also on that series Devious Maids. Ooh, 30 seconds before going to call. Here we go.
Hey, champ. Gosh, you must be excited.
You betcha.
Have a ball on call. Little poem for you.
Needs the nurse to do it again.
Bambi, come on, let's go.
Rub them temples. He needs that oil that they put on.
I need to see you in Mr. Bursky's room.
Are you flirting with me?
Uh-oh.
He crashed. No way anyone could have caught it.
I'll never forget that moment. The way he looked exactly the same, only completely
A
different.
little dramatic moment.
The shame that all I could think about was how hard this was for me. The hardest part is how quickly you have to move on.
Yeah, I lied before, man. I'm scared every second.
Really?
Oh.
It's a good thing they make surgical masks, because if they didn't, everyone would know that my face is like this the whole time.
Turk with a little honesty.
Well, I think it's okay to be scared. You know, Turk, the offer still stands if you want to...
Dude, I already took the keys out your bag. I love you.
Nice. Wow.
And like that, I got a second wind.
Oh, he found him. That's a good character.
How you holding up?
Ah, there he is. My safety net.
She doesn't have the insurance to cover it.
Yeah, but she's like, every story needs a good guy.
If the patient has insurance, you treat them. If they don't, you show them the door. Are we clear?
What a nice guy.
If he's the jerk,
That's just swell.
then who's the good guy?
Car accident, crashed in the elevator on the way up.
Look at me.
Come on, JD.
You can do this.
And I believed him. You have to do this.
JD, cut him or lose him.
There you go.
Normal rhythm.
No way.
Hey, it's a piece of cake. It's your patient. That's your patient, doctor.
So I guess that's it for now. 31 hours, 12 minutes, and I am
You finally off?
almost... I have one more really annoying thing I gotta do.
He already called the family for you and they said fine and to thank you and I'm sorry. They didn't say that last part, I did.
The worst part was knowing right then that I could never forgive her.
Wow, that's swell that Elliot's
I
come
forgive
around.
her.
Oh, a little kiss.
You see, I can't survive on my own.
Bambi, get out while you still can.
But what the hell?
Here, go, Bambi, go.
The most important thing is that I got through my first 3 days without looking like a complete idiot.
Oh.
I'm the man.
That's a pretty good ending. As a little bit of a rule, I find great pilots are more than not dramas, not comedies, because a lot of comedies, what makes the characters funny is after you get to know them. And I think it takes a little longer sometimes for comedies to find the right tempo, tone. I thought the pilot was solid, but when I remember the series, that's why now I kind of want to go back and watch a little bit more of it. Because sometimes you go back and you watch that, oh, it's not as good as I remembered. I still think it's good, but I think this show got a lot better season 2, season 3. And it stuck around for 9 seasons, which is kind of crazy because it's a lot of episodes. A lot of seasons, too, for a comedy. I was just looking at Zach Braff's filmography and list of credits, and I was surprised. I've had it on my list, and I haven't watched it in a while. A Good Person. It was a film from 2023, Morgan Freeman. But what surprised me was I did not know that Zach Braff directed and wrote it. What I really remember about Zach Braff, when Scrubs was airing, he went out and directed and executive produced, and was a soundtrack producer, and starred in Garden State, a film of his. And I remember going to see it with my dad at the theater. He was visiting Los Angeles. Normally I wouldn't think my dad would want to see something like that, but he had read something about it, wanted to see it, and he actually liked it. I remember laughing a lot more out loud watching Scrubs than we did the past 25 minutes watching this pilot. So I'm gonna give the pilot on a rating of 1 to 10. I'm gonna give it a 7.2. Well, that does it for episode 3 Pilot Sessions. Look forward to seeing you next time.